Hi and welcome to I Hit Drums. Today we're going to talk about time signatures. Now some of you out there might not even know what a time signature is, but if you've read any piece of music, there's a time signature usually at the very beginning of the piece, and this is often 4/4, and that's a number 4 above another 4. So in order to make sense of this, we need to first start with the bottom number. Now hopefully you understand different note values. If not, you should probably watch my video on understanding quarter notes, eighth notes and 16th notes, because these are related to the time signature. That bottom number is a note value reference. So if that bottom number is 4, you're actually dealing with quarter notes. If the bottom number is 8, you're dealing with eighth notes, and if the bottom number is 16, you're dealing with 16th notes. If the bottom number is 7, that's a load of rubbish, and you can ignore that. So the bottom number tells us which note value we are dealing with within each bar. Now we move on to the top number. The top number tells us how many of those note values we had in the bottom number we have per bar. So if the bottom number is 4, then we're dealing with quarter notes, and if the top number is also 4, that means we have 4 quarter notes in each bar. And this is the most common time signature you'll see. Let's look at another example. Let's say the bottom number is 8. This tells us we're dealing with eighth notes. And if the top number is 12, that means we have 12 eighth notes per bar. A bar of this is actually a bar of triplets. 1 and a, 2 and a, 3 and a, 4 and a. That's 12 8 time. Let's take another example. Let's say the bottom number is 16, which means we're dealing with 16th notes, and the top number is 15. That means we have 15 16th notes per bar. And that would actually sound like 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and 1E and a 2. So we're missing that last A. What about, let's see, 7 8. So bottom number, eighth notes, top number 7, 7 eighth notes per bar. Now we would normally count eighth notes 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. But if there's only 7 of those, that's going to give us 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. What about 9, 16? That's 16th notes we're dealing with, and there's 9 of them. That's going to be 1E and a 2E and a 3, 1E and a 2E and a 3, 1E and a 2E and a 3. You see how that works? Now when you're first getting started on the drums, you don't often come across 30-second notes. But they are another note value that exists, so you might find 32 as the bottom number and then another number on top. But you don't generally see 30-second notes until you get up to like grade 6, grade 7 material. So in the description below, I've attached a link to a worksheet, and there's several time signatures on there, and I want you to see if you can figure out what each of those mean, but also how you would count it. So if you're dealing with quarter notes, you're going to be counting 1, 2, 3, 4. If you're dealing with eighth notes, the 8 on the bottom, then that's going to be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and if you're dealing with 16th notes, the 16 for the bottom number, that's going to be 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a. So see if you can figure out those time signatures, and that's really going to help your understanding of playing grooves and fills in different time signatures. If you found that's been really helpful, let me know, leave a comment below. But that's all for this week, so until next time, enjoy.